welcome to another video. So let's jump right into this video. In today's video we are going to be checking out the next Fed hike happening on the 14th of December. We're going to cover the stock market. You should always start your analysis, especially when we're trying to look for a bottom in Bitcoin, at the stock market. We're going to look at the dollar, the volatility. Bitcoin had a nice pump yesterday, and all of the monthly closes happened yesterday, so we'll cover all of the relevant pairs and look what their candles are doing on the weekly. We'll look at the daily stats and we will look at the chat as well. So starting on the Fed rate, so the market, this is the CME group, the interest rate predictions. So the market, as you guys can see, is factoring in a 40 or a 50 basis point rate hike. As you remember, the last 2 or 3 rate hikes have been 75 basis points, right? So only 18% of the markets expects a 75 basis point hike. So this is the rate hikes, or the pivot will act in 3 different stages, right? The first step will be to stop or slow down the rate hikes. That would mean reducing from 75 to 50 points. And this might already happen by next month, the 14th. Powell was pretty dovish yesterday in his speech. He had a speech yesterday where it seems like he already said that they might be pivoting by next month. So this has been at 85% earlier in the week. I think when I looked on Monday it was at 85%, but pretty much in 2 weeks time it seems like we're going to get that 50 basis point rate hike. If we do get the 75, expect a massive dump in the market. So let's go over to the stock market. This is the S&P. You can see a beautiful green candle happened yesterday, but we are technically still in this massive downtrend. I'll just remove that bearish divergence up there. We're still in this downtrend, so maybe we get a rejection on the trend line again. So we've hit this line twice already perfectly, but for this to be bullish we need to break above 4,300 like this, maybe retest it and off you go. That would be a macro top, right? Or a macro bottom, excuse me. We do have bearish divergences down here on the MACD, nothing on the RSI yet, so it doesn't look too bad just yet. Let's just see what happens in the next few days. We're pretty much very close to the top of the trend line. The weekly, let's pull up the volume. There was let's see the daily. The volume looked nice, so the volume wasn't bad. You had a nice spike in volume. You want a large volume candle to indicate, especially when you want to break out of a trend, right? Let's see what the monthly did. So not much to see on the monthly. It seems like we are actually breaking this downtrend. We've closed above it, but you want the next candle to confirm it, which just simply means to close above it and not break down. Otherwise we're coming all the way down to the lows, right? So this is important obviously for the rest of the market, as this is the largest casino that there is. This is the dollar index. Remember, when this starts to go down, the risk assets and your Great British Pound and Euro gets a bit of relief, right? So this is on the daily. We've been looking at this bullish divergences, which looks like the market wants to turn around on all of the indicators. This is a double bottom on the daily chart. we made slight, it's a perfect double bottom, and we're even coming back down to retest it for a third time. We need to break below 105 and close some candles below that line on the daily. So something like this, right? Test in the breakdown. But on the overall scheme of things, yeah, still looks bullish divergences here, right? Market is still higher, yet the indicators are lower down here. The VIX still hasn't taken off. The volatility is incredibly low down here. You tend to get a reversal or major volatility when the market is down here. Bitcoin on the monthly, we finally closed a candle below the 17.5. So this candle closed below here. We need this month to close above the 17.5, or this is simply just a rejection candle, which means more downside, right? Your next target is at 10,700. This is Richard Hart's bottom call, right? Below 11k in pray, right? But still, do we have monthly divergences? No. But on the MACD, we do have a little bit. You see the indicator going higher, yet prices are still going lower. Where did this start? Yeah. So there is a little bit of bullish divergence on the monthly. Let's quickly see, maybe we should cover Ethereum quickly, see what its monthly close looked like. I mean, Ethereum is holding up pretty well, right? Just remove everything, because I have that saved. We're still closing candles above the June lows, excuse me, which is pretty bullish. And this is the candle close back in 2017, right? The recent top. So holding perfect support up there. If we are to fail, there's a lot of downside, and this probably takes you all the way down to literally $300 if we fail here. No bullish divergences yet, as the indicators, or the price is going higher, and the indicators as well. The Aurochs indicator, this is Randy Hilarski, works for them. It actually did print a green buy signal on the monthly, but I wouldn't put too much confidence in this, because I mean, this indicator isn't good for anything. It hasn't really given you a really good signal yet. These two buy signals were pathetic, and these two sell signals were incredibly late. It's just, we can't look on the weekly, nothing on the weekly. It's got a sell there. On the 10-day, not much. Just interesting observation. Let's put up the cipher here. This is another simple buy signal, or buy or sell signals. No green dots as of yet on the monthly for Ethereum. Nothing on Bitcoin. Let's look on the weeklies. So we are red on the weekly for Bitcoin, and nothing yet for Ethereum yet. So Hex daily stats. Let's see if we are adding more stakers. So 388 holders. So we're still adding a darn lot of people. Yesterday we had a few, like 100 people sell out of positions. But that is typical. Right at the bottom, people are selling out of their positions, and then we got a nice spike in X, right? The overall market did pretty well. Change in stakers, lots of stakers added, change in total stakers. So yeah, we're still onboarding people in Hex, which is quite interesting. I mean, if you're a granny investor, right, this is like the bottom of the range, right? This is where she is accumulating for the long term. Nothing on the cipher on the monthly yet. We don't have enough information just yet. So not much to say. We got a nice rally up yesterday. So a little buy signal at the bottom there for the daily. Let's see if there are any divergences. We probably have to go down on the lower time frames. The stochastic RSI has already rocketed up. But as I said the last time I streamed, I think 2 days ago, I told you guys bullish divergences everywhere, right? And the reversal was imminent. And I also said the market won't believe you if you tell them the reversal is close, because everybody's so depressed, and then we got the reversal, right? Let's look at Dex Screener. Get in your questions. I'm not going to stream too long. I'll just cover everything that I wanted to cover. So this is the 4 hourly. The RSI looks good, no divergences yet. I don't like looking at the stochastic on shorter time frames. The MFI pretty high. All of these indicators are pretty high on the 4 hourly. So you might just get a return to these upper levels. Maybe retest 27 cents before we head up higher. All of these indicators are pretty high. And bearish divergences on the 4 hour. So a bit of consolidation up here before the next leg. I suspect us to at least hit 3 cents flat. There's your first level of resistance, but we could come up probably not that high. We'll see how these indicators on the daily looks. So we're already at 45 on the RSI. Yeah, still quite a lot of room to go to the upside, it seems, right? Let's look at Hedron for you. Nothing exciting. I would expect Hex to be outperforming the Hedron pair. I need to add this up here. Hex versus Hedron. So this is incredibly bullish structure. You can just see the higher lows up here. So this is Hex outperforming Hedron, right? Let's just remove everything. Still room to the upside. Let's see how high we think this can go. So for one Hex you're getting 14,727 Hedron. Yeah, as I said, this is bullish. This is going to continue going higher and higher and higher and higher. So this might mean Hex overperforming to the upside, or Hedron going down, or Hedron consolidating, Hex going up. Let's look at Hedron on the higher time frames. This is a little bit of bullish divergence down here and here. So hard to say. We might be coming down more, or yeah, let's see what you guys are saying. Morning Hans, Z was first. Finbear, what's up? Jaggy, not much. It's incredibly hot here, so time to spend outside. Lyman Ortega, what's up, dude? Balaji, ETH BTC. Let's look at ETH BTC. Yeah, this is unfortunate. Was this a new low? No, this wasn't a new low. So this is very good market structure. You can see the massive W here. But until we break, so this is kind of good for the altcoins, right? Because ETH pretty much tells you when indicators are like neutral. X versus BTC, I mean, this looks pretty good, right? We're pretty much sitting in this range right here. just consolidating sideways. We still have higher lows. This is perfect accumulation on Hex versus BTC. And at the end of the day, I think these charts, the Hex versus BTC, I used to only look at them in the past when I was trading altcoins. And you want a W on the other side, and we do have that. You've got good market structure or higher lows the side of the trend line. We just need to keep on defending these lows, and Hex will continue to outperform Bitcoin. Yeah, this looks really good. Let's see what Hex is doing versus Ethereum. Yeah, still moving sideways, consolidating. This is a new one low, unfortunately, but not much you can do about that. Ethereum is quite bullish because it's deflationary now. Its fundamentals look incredibly good, I should say. The HSI buyback is offering 3,000 ICOSA, 7,000 Hex for 10,000 Hex stakes. Who would sell the contract at that rate? Yeah, it lost. So this is Hex versus ICOSA. You're getting 24 Hex per Hedron. 24 ICOSA. 24 Hex, excuse me, per ICOSA. So as you're saying, it's not profitable to be selling to the auction at all. This needs to come back into its range up here, right? At 30. And for the health of this contract, you do need it to restore its parity, right? But I mean, it was pretty low down here. This was a screaming a sell down here. And this just needs to consolidate a little bit, create some higher lows, and maybe break out. You said Randy shilled Halo, and we know how that went. Halo? I remember trading this. Oh dear me. Let's check on Nomex. Halo coin. It seems wrecked, right? It's this chart. Oh wow. Yeah, so he works pretty much. It's a bit of a conflict of interest, but I don't want to be stepping on toes here. I know lots of people in the Hex community watch him. Bitcoin dominance, the altcoins on the daily. Is this a new low? So this is a new low down here. This is bullish divergence. So this seems like the altcoins are catching a bit of a bid. Let's look at crypto bubbles quickly. So some of the altcoins, look at Dogecoin again. Communis.app, FNT, FTM. Remember, this is a layer 1 coin. We made new lows. This looks a lot like Hex. This is down significantly. We've got bullish divergences on the weekly. Andre Cronje, which is the main developer, it seems like he's back into this project. I recall like a few months ago I told you guys that he'll be back in the bull run, and he's back already at the bottom. They do have a lot of trading, a lot of value locked on this coin still. It does like more volume than many of the other coins. At the end of the day, the layer 1 coins like Pulse Chain as well will do incredibly well, and this is its first cycle as it came out in the bear market of 2018. But all of these coins, I mean, if you're a granny investor, this is where she's literally licking her chops. She's putting in small percentages here to sell in the bull run, right? It's not an endorsement for you to go out and accumulate these coins. I'm just looking at the overall sentiment in the market, right? So I showed you guys on my community channel a while ago that when coins pop off like this in the bear market, you need to be patient and wait for it to come down, at least into its reload zone, or to retest the breakout level. Dogecoin's incredibly bullish up here. It's got another buy signal forming on the weekly. Bought it the same time as I bought Hex. I put more money into Halo than I did into Hex. Really? Was that this thing, Halo coin? Because this looks dead, bro. Halo versus Weth. Is this for real though? What is its sticker symbol? It's probably this. Yeah, so he gets paid like he's a marketer in crypto, right? He gets paid to show, pretty much. I mean, I think we've covered everything. So yeah, pretty much the pivot is very close, if not next month. So we might get, so the first step I told you guys about is the slowing down, a reducing of the Fed rate. So 50 basis points, and then in February, the 1st of February is the next meeting. Then we'll get a 25 basis point. Maybe they hold it at that level for quite a while. So let's look here. So 25 basis point in February, maybe they keep it there for a while. And then start reducing it in 2023 in the middle, and then we have our bull run again, right? And we just know that the timing is pretty much going to be perfect for the altcoin cycle. Like the altcoins are going to moon like crazy when the Fed eventually starts quantitative easing again, so pumping money into the market. And one thing that is for certain is the devaluing of the dollar is going to continue. This is why, I mean, this is the stock market, right? This is why you have this. And even Bitcoin, like, the Bitcoin really doesn't do much, right? It's just a store of value. And that narrative itself just shows that the dollar is decreasing in value and nothing is going to stop. Like the money changers, it's in their interest to make money for free and to earn interest on it. And remember what I told you guys, what I think the reason is that the market dumps when the Fed finally pivots. Like they need to leverage up, they need to get their loans really, really cheaply. The powers that be, or the billionaires, your super class, they need to they want to buy back in, right? And they need the prices to be low, and that's how greedy and unfair the system is. Like they're gonna bring the market back when the Fed finally pivots and leverage up by taking loans, right? Darn, very, very cheap loans. Like back here during the virus, they all got to buy risk assets down here on zero interest rates, right? 0% interest rates, or very, very low, close to 0% interest rates. Just borrow as much money as they possibly could, as the banks would give them, right? And this devaluing of the dollar and the increasing of assets will continue because they don't need to hold any assets on their balance sheets anymore. You can just Google this. Bank reserves zero. So they need to hold by law. They don't have to keep any assets, so they need to hold literally zero. And this is why I think the GBTC, like Coinbase has a trading license, right? So they technically don't need to hold any GBTC on their reserves. They don't have to hold any Bitcoin. They say they are holding any Bitcoin, but they are holding Bitcoin. But if they hold Bitcoin, why don't they just show the reserves? So it won't. Yeah, this is crazy. It's not against the law for them to not hold any assets on their balance sheet. Like they're not breaking the law at all. So GBTC might be a massive ass scam, right? Let's see what the premium is or the deficit is looking at right now. So I don't even think it's even valid to look at this chart at all, because they might not have any, and it's not against the law for them to hold any GBTC or any Bitcoin. Yes, really 20. I have a 90-day Hedron stake ending this weekend. I'm thinking about turning the ICOSA into more Hedron and restaking. Yeah, you're obviously going to get a new staking time limit then. What you can do now, I'm not your financial advisor, is just make a new wallet and stake it separately so you don't increase your staking length. But it might reduce the yield. I'm not quite sure. I don't know the ICOSA contract that well. Let's look at DBI for Balaji. Wow, what is this? Don't buy Inu. Let's look at it on here, because I want to look at the contract. Don't buy. $230K liquidity. I mean, the boat has sailed on this, right? And let's see if this, you should have been interested down here at the fib, and you can just see how beautifully it came down in there. And if you had a limit order, but this is version 2, or you could have put a limit order on Matcha because it's trading on Bitcoin and gotten your full down here. Let's see what pair has the most volume. I suspect this is a reflection token. Oh, so there's more volume on V3 actually. Interesting. Let's look at it in what this contract is all about. Let's quickly scroll through it to see if there is a tax on it. So do excuse me for a few seconds. Let me see. It might just be a simple ERC20. Yeah, safe math. So this is a fork of SafeMoon. Let me just make sure. I mean, I wish I could like be in a group, on a Telegram group, where they tell you about when these things get out or come out. Because I know there is some kind of, I'm pretty sure there is some kind of like a cabal here that continuously creates these coins and brings them to market, right? So they do these rallies, but there's no I mean, you don't know if it's going to continue, right? And what I would do is I would just simply get a free position in this coin, like sell half when it doubles. And I mean, this boat has sailed, unfortunately. And I won't dabble in this. This is incredibly dangerous up here. And it might just die from here, right? Because they make these coins, they pump it and they dump it, they make a lot of money. And yeah, I'll just get my free position as soon as possible and sell off and a double all the way up. So, but it might already be finished. Because these are these small obscure coins, right? You know, it's some kind of cabal that pumps and dump these coins. Anyway, I mean, yesterday Ethereum Fair performed quite well, alright. Hex on ETH Fair, where, oh man, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, or was this Hex on ETHW? One of them pumped majorly yesterday. This is also a new low, unfortunately. So yeah, it seems like these things are just... It'd be interesting to see if these forks of Hex pop off in the bull run. But you know it would, because people will be looking at the Hex price and thinking that it's way too oversold or too expensive and then go look for it somewhere else. Just a meme, yep, just a meme. Halo platform, it was called. Can you look at banks? You guys like to dabble in your shitcoin area, eh? Please guys, if you're not early in these things, by the time, if you're asking me about it, it's probably already too late, right? So please be careful. Please always play from a position of strength. Wow. I mean, is it even listed? Banks version 1 and version 2, so I won't touch this with a 10-foot pole. It's already... I mean, what the hell is going on here? Like, when you could see this large W down here, right? And it's higher lows, right? And when it finally breaks above here, it's off, like boom. But you need to be taking profits very quickly. I mean, it's so weird that this is ongoing throughout the bear market. There's always someone making money. Where do you guys find these things? So we're having a little bit of a little bit of a rally in the altcoins, right? GMX. Lots of shitcoinery going on. FTM, FT. So yeah, please guys, be careful out there. Don't be chasing these shitcoins when they're already taken off, right? You need to get them early when, and it's so hard to even know if it's going to, you know, do this. But this is where you should have initially gotten in, right? Back here. This thing always pop off and then come to the 61.8 and off they go again. I think we've covered pretty much everything. I haven't really told you guys. Yeah, I have. So the 3 steps, right, of the pivot. First, they slow the rates with a 50% basis point. The next one, 25. Then the second one is when they stop tightening, keep it. And then the third stage or the third step is when they start reducing the rates, right? And then we're going to have a little bit of a retracement and then the bull market, right? This should all happen in 2023, and yeah, by then we should be in position and ready to go, right? Just Hex is safest by far. T-shirt or key hunts, dude. You're literally preaching to the choir here, but I do appreciate that comment. Hex is by far the safest, right? It's 3 years, proven itself. You've got a benevolent founder that does not dump on your head. It's on Ledger. It is the coin that you can get cash back from your Ledger card. Really? Huh. BXX, you say? I don't know where to do research about that, but when using my Ledger card, my cashback can be paid all banks, BTC or ETH. Why do they have a second version? That's weird. That's always a bit of a red flag when you see a version 1 and a version 2 of a coin. Because that makes me think the first one failed. Banks app. Imagine a world where you can borrow for free, remit money across the globe for free, and even earn digital asset rewards from daily spending. This is the world of banks, a digital platform as a service, fintech. This always reminds me of the 2017, but it doesn't mean this is not valid, right? But in 2017, literally there was a coin that was created that for pretty much any, for every darn problem that there was in the world, and they were going to solve it, right? Here you go, BXX roadmap in Ledger and Trezor. So, was that pump because they partnered with Ledger? So it looks like it is true, right? Let's see if it was announced on Ledger's Twitter page itself. Yeah, but either way, that train has left the building. If you're interested in it and you want a little bit, like a very small percentage of your portfolio, you need to get it when it gets back to its lows, because a pump like that, you will get wrecked. And it always comes back. If it's powerful, when Hex to $2 asking for a friend, exologist. When using my Ledger card, my cashback, okay, yes, banks, one version does not trade. Okay. They have been with Ledger for a while, I've been earning it for months. So you actually spend your crypto. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, whatever you're doing, now is the time to be accumulating the coins that you are interested in, right? but that's generally how retail works. Like we're all interested when the prices are pumping, and especially when you're onboarding people as well. It's so much easier when you start having little green candles, right? And when you have continuous green candles like this, price just going down, it's incredibly hard to get anyone interested, right? I mean, this little move, because the indicators are so low, we can actually see 4 cents in the next move before all of these indicators are oversold again. So that'd be good to see. I mean, let's get a little bit of a relief rally out of this area. So we need to get back into this accumulation zone for Hex, right? Boom, up here to there at least. So we're at least, we need to close above this 3 cents area. It's important to get back into the 3 cents area. I mean, Jenkins wants, he's always looking at the I wonder, yeah, I shouldn't criticize the dude, but we've pretty much already filled this wick, right? Remember the saying, wicks like to get eaten, right? You see this little wick down here when that guy sold like 26 million Hex in one go. That wick wanted to get filled, and we have now filled it. Literally, we came down all the way down. But if you look on the, and this is why I like to look at the Dex Screener chart, because this has much more, I think this is the V2 chart, and remember there's not that much liquidity on the V2 chart because this has all of the history. This started recording history before V3 was actually a thing, right? So this isn't the most accurate chart. Although this chart came down to 2 cents, but this wick has technically been filled already. And these are higher lows, so yeah, I'm happy that it's now over. That wick has been filled. $1 by Halloween. Exactly. So yeah, this has been 42 minutes. Thank you all for coming. Please do subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, hit the like button, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I think I'll be appearing quickly on Matty Allen's 1 year anniversary stream, or 3 years now. Hex has been alive, so hopefully I'll see you guys then, so I can show this channel a little bit. So always remember, play from a position of strength, get your coins off exchanges, and don't get wrecked, right? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.